Welcome back. Ken Kingston again here with you to talk a little bit more about the internet lead that we talked about subprime before. Now I want to go into the actual prime lead. How do you handle it? Is it different than the subprime? Obviously, it's a little different. The customer here is a bit more savvy in terms of what's available out there. These are the customers that are going to shop one store to the next store to the next store to the next store. And the bottom line is that we better have a system in place for handling these customers, or they'll chew you up and spit you out. That's a fact. The bottom line is this call is very, very similar to what we call an incoming phone call. It's very similar. The only difference is it's electronic. They submit an application or they submit an inquiry about a particular vehicle that they're hoping for rather than calling on the telephone. Again, we're moving faster today than we ever have in our culture. And you know what? Quite frankly, this customer is a buyer. Wouldn't you agree? The internet buyer that does show up, they buy. The bottom line is, can you make profit on this customer? Absolutely, with the right process. And again, it goes back to who created that process. That's why we're here, to assist you with this process and getting this customer from point A, which is going to be their home or their work, to your dealership doors so we can sell these cars. Again, the most important thing I would tell you is for the CDC rep is to make sure they master these calls. Again, certifying our people is the most important thing that we can do before putting them on the phone. Again, you imagine putting our customers on the telephone and they're not trained effectively, what ends up happening? They give out information overload. The customer just goes to the next dealership and shops again. So the reality of it all is this. Get control of this particular customer by the following call principles we're going to go through here. Again, very much like the last call, is get command of the customer's time. So we're calling back the customer. Hi, is Joe there again? Hi, Joe. Am I getting at a good time? One thing I want to reiterate again is very, very important to show professionalism. Again, this customer may have submitted a lead to your dealership, but you're not the only one, trust me. They sent it probably to 2 or 3 other stores as well. The bottom line is this: time is of the essence. You want to get this customer on the telephone within 20 minutes on the outside. Now listen, if it's in the middle of the night they submit a lead, a different story, okay? You want to have an autoresponder setting out to that customer, let them know that, hey, we did receive your auto loan application or your inquiry, where this is after hours. Someone will call you first thing in the morning. Again, that's understandable. But if it's during business hours, trust me, you want to get back to them within 20 minutes or less, preferably 10 minutes. You want to catch them still at the computer, doing their research. So very, very important. Time is of the essence. And by having a CDC, we can do that. Does that make sense, everybody? Very, very important that we can do that. A lot of stores I go into, the time it takes for them to call them back, they haven't got a really tight process. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 2. I've seen stores where I've gone in there and I've seen them actually have leads that were days old. Again, chances are that customers bought from someone else. But the bottom line is this: once we get that lead, we receive it, we want to take it to the end zone. We want to score 7 points via a touchdown by getting an appointment that shows and rolls. So again, get command of their time. Hi, is Joe there? Joe, am I getting at a good time? We want to pace and lead. We want to match and mirror their tone of voice as well so we can build verbal rapport, okay? Again, similar speed and tone. So if they talk really fast, guess what you should do? Pick it up a little bit. If they talk slow and your natural tendency is to talk fast, slow down. They're judging you within 10 seconds. Again, it doesn't matter if it's fair or not. We want to take advantage of the psychology behind communication. Trust me when I tell you, talk fast if they talk fast. Slow down if they talk slow, but make it a part of your conscious effort in making these calls. Also, again, introduce yourself. Hi, this is Ken, just giving you a call. Hey, listen, I received your information about XYZ vehicle. And I did a little pre-work before giving you a call. Great taste, by the way. I love that vehicle myself. We've had quite a few phone calls concerning those vehicles. Time out. What am I doing? I'm showing the customer that I sincerely did some work before that call that I'm making to them. They're talking to a professional. They're professional. They want to deal with professional people as well. Now listen, once you tell them, hey, I received your information, I did a little pre-work, I got some good information for you. Let me ask you a quick question though, Mr. Customer. Have you ever bought a vehicle through the internet before? Stop. What am I doing? He's going to say either yes or no. And if he says no, again, or if he just say yes, we want to go through and explain our process. Good, because here at ABC Motors, this is how it works. Time out. One of the things I want to share with you is this. If you don't set this stage right now, they're going to chew you up at the end of the call with price, and getting control of you. So you want to lay the foundation up front. Hey, I received your information. I did a little pre-work prior to me giving you a call. I got some great news for you. Again, set them at ease. Let them feel like you're the professional they're hoping you really are. Now, once you do all that, guess what? They're going to think positively of you. Secondly, have you bought a car before using the internet before? You have? Great. Let me explain to you how it works at our dealership. Or you haven't? Great. Let me explain to you how it works at our dealership. Now, your dealership, the way you do it is probably different than the other guys. The bottom line is lay it all out there. You're going to work with me specifically. One of the bottom lines is that I'm going to put you with a credit specialist. We're going to put you with one of our managers, and he's going to handle you from A to Z. There'll be no back and forth process. Whatever your process is, lay it out there for him. If you don't have a process, give us a call. We'll help you. Bottom line is this. Have something to sell the customer at this point in time. Does that make sense? Just think about that for a minute. All of a sudden, all the objections are starting to go away, and he's dealing with the professional. All right. So again, as I said, I did a little pre-work for you before I even gave you a call, and I got some great news for you. Let me go ahead and ask you a few quick questions. Now, you said this vehicle. Now, that's a great vehicle. We've got several of those vehicles available to us. The key is to get down to the dealership. Now, listen, they could come back with several different objections. And you know what? I have an objection call guide process that we're going to go through here in a little bit. It's in one of our processes. And the reality is this. Every objection you can possibly think about is going to be in there. So I'm going to go through the process of handling it in the perfect world and realize that there could be objection over here or objection over here, and we can kind of plug those in, overcoming them, bypassing them, and getting them back on the call. All right, so I did a little pre-work before giving you a call. We got great news. We have those vehicles available to us. As a matter of fact, I got several vehicles that are very similar to that one available to us as well. But time is of the essence. With the huge sale going on and the incentives that are going on from the factory, guess what? These cars don't last long. Time out. What am I doing here? I'm creating a lot of what? Excitement. I'm trying to get them caught up in the urgency of what? Of getting to the dealership. Very, very important. My end in mind as a CDC person is to generate appointments that show up. I got to give them credible reasons why to show up. So again, with the huge sale going on right now, we've got that vehicle going on. We got several that are very similar to it, but you got to act. These cars do not last long. Now, is this afternoon good for you or this evening better for you? Time out. When we set the appointment, one of the most important things we can do is set today appointments. We don't want to set past tomorrow. Obviously, best case scenario is to get the appointment today. Worst case scenario is to get it tomorrow. If you set an appointment past tomorrow, the chances of the customer showing drop significantly. I'm talking about 20% show rates. All right, so we want to make sure that we go for today. If not today, tomorrow. And again, there's an objection. We're going to talk about that later on in our objection call guides on how to create more enthusiasm for today. But I'm giving you a little taste of it. With the huge sale going on right now, with the incentives going on right now, we got a huge opportunity for you to save thousands of dollars. The key is to get down here today. Now, would this afternoon be good for you or this evening be better for you? They're going to go with one of those choices, either or question. We don't want to close them in with an open or close-ended question like, can you come out today? So yes, afternoon or this evening. This evening, we're thinking early or late. Now, what am I doing here? I'm trying to funnel down the appointment time with either or questions. And most importantly, one of the things I'm trying to do here is actually let the customer set the appointment with me. Rather than me saying, okay, I've got openings today at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock, which is better for you? Well, you know what? As a customer, none of those are good for me. So I ask him, is this afternoon good for you or this evening better for you? Well, now it's his time. I'll go this evening. You're thinking early evening or late evening? Late? So you're thinking around, and leave a question mark out there. He'll finish it for you. Well, I'm thinking around 5 o'clock-ish. Okay, let me look at my calendar here. We got an opening here at 5:15, and we always want to go for the 15 and 45. We understand that if we set the appointment on the quarter hour, what's going to happen? Your show rate's going to go higher and higher and higher. Bottom line, 15:40. So how about 5:15 or 5:45? Which is better for you? 5:15, perfect. Now listen, do you have a pen handy there? If you don't, I'll wait. Again, that's called the embedded command. That's the next part of the call guide. The point is we're giving the customer permission to do what? Put the phone down and get a pen and paper so they can do what? Write down your name, the appointment time, the name of the dealership, the phone number to the dealership as well, and directions to the dealership. We're going to get all this done on this incoming call we're making to the customer. So great, I got a pen now, great. Again, my name is Ken Kingstad. I'll spell it for you. It's K-I-N-G-S-T-A-D. Got that? Perfect. The name of the dealership again is ABC Motors. And the direct number there is, and tell them. And by the way, do you know where the dealership's located at? We're talking about Mental Drive. We don't want to assume anything. They've been to many, many other websites or in the internet in terms of the phone books and so forth. We want to make sure that when we set the appointment, they're thinking about your store, not someone else's making the appointment. So again, okay, so you know where the dealership's located at? Perfect. And you'll know it. Jump on 75, exit number 24, go over the bypass. It's the first dealership on the right-hand side next to the McDonald's. I mean, give them a landmark so it's tied to it so they know exactly where it is. So again, these are point-by-point instructions on how to get the customer to the dealership. Also, listen, if you are running a little late, not a problem. Stop. Did I say if you can't make it? Heck no, I didn't say that. I said if you're running a little late, not a problem. Just give me the courtesy of a phone call. And if something should change on my side, I'll extend that same courtesy to you. And then we want to finish the call for the customer's benefit. So again, we'll see you then this afternoon at 5:15, and you're going to ask for Ken Kingstad. I want to make sure your experience is a level 10. Again, guys, this is a process. There's a 12-step process for taking or making this lead call to the prime customer. Again, we want to be professional. We want to follow our nose on a call guide, keywords and phrases. The bottom line is this. Repeat it over and over and over. 3 sets of 12. Remember, 3 sets of 12 is how we get it down in our gut. Go through the process, read it verbatim 12 times. Give yourself a break. Go back again, another set of 12. This time use keywords to try to finish the whole thought for you. And by the third set of 12, guess what will happen? You'll be on a roll. You'll make it happen. This is the difference between being average and great. Make it happen. So again, sharpen your saw daily. Make your reality a result of your efforts today. Until next time, have a great day.